I am not going in a submersible with a player 2 controller. No way, Jose, bro.
Straight
a
up.
player 2 controller. Not even
That's
a player
not even
1.
like, bruh, that's a
Come
PC.
on.
Like,
bro, no, this is the one you don't even plug in for your cousin. Like, this one stays with
I was
no
so
batteries
impressed,
in it.
bro. Look at this image. Like, scroll up just a little bit. Like, bro, it looks like he's in a
There's no way this is the news, dude. This can't be real.
Like, I don't even think that's a real submarine, bro. Like, I don't want to be conspiracy guy, but like they went fucking 11 Empire State Buildings deep into the water in that. You know what I mean? Like,
is that how far they went, or that's how far they were?
Well, that's how far they ended.
11.
They ended on the floor. AEW, 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 AEW. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. That's fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up. What's another really good one? Fuck. Come on, bro. There's one that's really like when a match is really good, people yell out, fight forever, fight forever. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Beautiful people, welcome back to Black Zeus, the podcast. I am your boy, Black Zeus. This is the podcast. You are the beautiful people. This is season 4, episode 20, bitch. Poof, poof, pass with your pussy ass. For the 420 episode, what have I done today? Let's see. It's easier to not name the things that I haven't done. I did mushrooms today, weed, hash, DMT. This is the 420 episode. Strap in, brother. In the corner today, as always, the producer, the voice of God in the studio, Tahuti Thoth the Atlantean, the guy that created the Burger King franchise, and also those little cinnamon rolls when they had the 4-pack of cinnamon rolls if you were a kid in the 90s, 2000s, his idea. I mean, cinnamon rolls have been done before, but he was like, put 4 of them in a box with icing. Kids will fucking eat that shit up. Him, he's the Burger King king. He's the fucking cinnamon bun guy. But he sold the rights to Burger King right before they sold to Timmy's, man, this guy's like, yo, this company's crashing. I'm gonna sell at a high, but it was actually at a low. And then he got so depressed because he made a bad business decision that he ended up taking the little bit of cash he had left, going to Thailand, hiring a hooker, accidentally getting a lady boy, falling into deeper depression. Getting out of it through picking himself up by the bootstraps. Got a little bit of money left, made it all the way back to Canada, almost became a prostitute himself, but said, fuck that shit. I was the former owner of Burger King, the creator of the 4-pack cinnamon bun breakfast at Burger King. I can do better. And then he got video editing skills. And then he started sharpening that shit up. He started being an artist. And then all of a sudden, he got homeless again. What the fuck, bro? This guy's had the hardest life ever. But in the midst of being homeless, another local artist finds him in the slums, says, "You're the fucking Burger King former president, cinnamon bun 4-pack guy, Negro." He's like, "That's me, bro." He's like, "What the fuck you doing on the streets?" He's like, "I fucked up again." The artist is like, "Nah, you didn't. You just met me." That artist, Jesus. Then this nigga worked his way up through the production ranks. And somehow me, Black Zeus, on Black Zeus, the podcast with the beautiful people, somehow we got this nigga to be our producer. All those things he's did. He's here for us in the corner. Dante.
4 times.
4 times. Give me the boop, nigga.
4 times.
4 times. There you go. Come on, bro. Yeah, I know. I forced the energy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. One of my favorite parts of this podcast is seeing what the fuck I'll say happened to you in your life.
Yeah, same.
I sound drunk. Happened in the bar. But this is what it is when you do mushrooms and acid and weed and hash in the same day. But that was hours ago, and I'm sober, nigga. What, are you judging me, bro? I thought you were the beautiful people. You're not judgy people. Dante, what's going on, bro? Save me from this fucking word tornado.
I'm doing well. I'm out here. Life is good. It's sunny outside.
All right. Any psychedelics in your life recently?
Not really.
All right, fair enough.
I mean, life's been a trip, but that's about it.
Bro, you're off the show, dog. Like, that was, nah, man. I almost want to restart. You see that intro I gave this nigga? I gave him the best intro. To be fair, though, the studio is getting hot. I told you, summertime recording sessions, it gets loopy in here. I got to figure out a cooling solution. Yeah. But you living all right?
I'm doing well.
All right, excellent.
Yeah.
What you been doing, bro? What happened this last week? And any major events? Have you performed comedy again?
No, I haven't. Not yet.
Right.
But I did play Ultimate.
Okay.
Made it through the whole game, so that's good.
Do you normally not make it through the whole game?
Some days I do, some days I don't. Some days, you're matched up a guy that's been playing and I haven't been playing. Okay. So then I get extra tired.
Oh, that's hilarious because they're active. And, and you feel like a fat bitch.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
And you're not even.
I'm not even a fat bitch.
But when you're up against someone who's like, there's a difference, bro, and that's like the level of performance. You know what I mean? That's the level of athleticism.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, and even for artistry, bro, it's the hard work. Beats talent. You'll find the most talented nigga in the room. If you're not there every day, someone who isn't as talented as you is there every day.
Yeah, see, because I've been walking every day, but now I need to start running every day.
See? And then start like do you ever do like outdoor exercises and shit?
Not really.
Not really.
Walking, hiking, that's my main sort of exercise. Just general movement.
Me and my homie went on another excursion, bro. I think it was 3.5 hours this week. We went on a 5-hour excursion last week. I'm actually gonna start to try and get these in midweek too, as opposed to just on the weekends.
Yeah.
But bruh, when I tell you, this is how I grew up in Canada. Yeah. So I feel like I've had such a fucking unique experience, being an African born in Europe and then raised in Canada. Is white people get to call themselves a mutt, but I feel like a mutt. Yeah, I'm a mutt, bro. I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's I've had this really nomadic life.
I think white people can say it. It's just racist when you say it. You know what I mean?
No, it's racist when they say it
to you
about me.
Yeah.
I can say it.
But you can say it about yourself.
I can say it about myself. I'm a mutt, bro. Yeah, I'm a mutt, bro. But yeah, bro, I grew up outdoors before the internet and cell phones. This is how I grew up. Oh, my finger's already going green from the copper ring. And you get away from it growing up and shit. You get stuck in whatever the fuck, the pursuit of being an artist. But I'm like, yo, I wouldn't be an artist if it wasn't for the upbringing that I had, which was in the outdoors. So I've just constantly been reminding myself, get the fuck back outdoors. I spent a lot of, not time hibernating, but I isolated the fuck out of I isolated for the last few months just to get these next few months really in order.
Mm-hmm.
So like gearing up for all that shit. But in the midst of that, I'm like, okay, well, I've laid the groundwork. Go enjoy some life, because I used to be bad about just being in the fucking, just in the thick of it, bro. Like, yo, I'm trying, yo, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but let's like just make it to the end of the tunnel. It's like, nah, nigga. What I'm doing now, there is no tunnel. Like, what the fuck is a tunnel, nigga? There's light, and then there's darkness, and wherever I am is wherever I am, and I've already, like, bro, I don't know. Because that light at the end of the tunnel thing, I used to have that mentality, bro. I used to say there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and I see it. And like over the years, you get closer and closer to what you feel like is the end of the tunnel. And I've made it out, but then what happens is you get right back in another tunnel, bro. It's like the next,
the next tunnel,
the next the next mountain to climb, the next whatever. It's like you climb mountain top. It's like you look to your right, there's another mountain. Go climb that shit. It's like. But now, really, bro, like I am the comedy festival. I am the comedy club. I am the comedian. I am like wherever I go is what I'm is what I'm trying to do. So now it's like I can plan everything around that, as opposed to like when you're new in comedy or when you're younger or whatever. Maybe you don't even get to this point mentally, because I don't know. Maybe some people view yourself as having to be on some plateau to think this way, but it's like, bro, when you get to a point and you can like prove your worth on the stage, wherever you go is whatever you want to do. So now it's like, okay, where do I want to go? And what do I want to do there?
Yeah.
As opposed to before, it's like, shit, let me like try and book all these clubs and da-da-da. It's like, nigga, I am the club. Mm-hmm. I can roll into a town and fucking put on my own show.
Yep.
I'll also work with the clubs and stuff, but it's like, I'm not limited in that thinking anymore. I'm in a tunnel and there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It's like, nigga, what I did was I turned into the Kool-Aid man and I burst through that tunnel wall. Oh, yeah. And it's like, fuck a tunnel, nigga. And then you just jump back into the darkness. It's like you create some light and then you just jump back into the fucking who knows, and let's see where this continues to go. And, bruh. I would have I would normally have a comedy recap here, but you know, my show got canceled this week, which happens. Some really good shows, really fire lineups. But ultimately not upset, because everything, like my main show, the Saturday show, is the one that really got canceled. That fucked everything up. Not even necessarily fucked everything up, but like I had whole plans for that. I was bringing a lady friend out to the show, and we were gonna chill and fucking da-da-da-da.
Yep.
That sounded like some Seinfeld shit. I was like a nice date night. Come to the show, you know what I mean? So the show gets canceled, and then the girl like flops. She has family shit.
Yeah.
And then I just and then I'm like texting the niggas. Nobody's getting back to me. Everybody's out of town. I'm doing wife shit. Other homies off trying to get pussy elsewhere. It's like, so I just end up twiddling my thumbs. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, do I do drugs? Do I not do drugs? And I just rolled up the night sober watching AEW. Now, for the next 10 to 15 to 20 minutes, I'm going to talk about wrestling. Wrestling is here right now. Wrestling is in Toronto. Wrestling is in Hamilton, Ontario. I'm going all that shit. And if you don't like that, skip in like 15 minutes. If you're watching the video version of this, you get the nice little stop caps on the video, so you can just click ahead. If you're listening to this, skip like 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, then 15. If you hear me going like, and then he did this move, maybe another couple minutes, because we're going in, bro. I'm going to fucking live wrestling again. I've talked about it on the podcast before. I've gone to live wrestling before many times during the podcast. This is different, bro. And Dante, like, you know what? Part of these Sunday excursions have really, and I brought this to your attention also. Part of these Sunday excursions, and I'm trying to like get all the niggas together, bro. Mm-hmm. Specifically, like the niggas and niglettes, bro. Like, like the melanated we need to like niggas need to frolic, bro.
Yes.
Because I was walking like I did in my childhood. Like me and my homies were hopping fences, walking down train tracks, going into the bushes, coming out in fucking fields that haven't been cut in so long. Straight up, like what I was saying earlier, that's how I grew up. So like getting back to that shit, and then like trying to bring my friends into it, trying to make it a weekly thing, and then just getting into these moments where I'm like, I'm walking on the train tracks on the side of it, responsibly. And I just start skipping like I'm 10. And I'm like, oh, and I just say to my homie, I'm like, damn, bro, niggas just need to frolic. And he like had this whole moment where he's like, damn, bro. Like, it's true. Everybody like gets out of this fucking nature thing, but as simple as walking on some train tracks just brings you back to like the really most simple, bare bones essence of life.
Yeah.
And this nigga's opening my eyes because we're walking through nature, and he's like, "You dumbass! Like, look at all the food that nature's giving you." And literally, we're eating mulberries. We're picking off perfectly ripe mulberries, like sweet as fuck, and they're all falling to the ground and shit.
Yeah.
Obviously, you gotta don't just go start eating berries responsibly. I was with somebody that knew what the fuck they were eating, so it's like these ones.
Yeah.
And then I trusted the nigga, and I'm not dead right now or hurting. So, shout outs to mulberries. And bro, they were everywhere. He's literally like, me and my girl come out here and like with an umbrella, just flip the umbrella upside down, shake the trees, and then you got jars of mulberries. Yeah. Again, come on, look at all that. With all the expenses on groceries and shit, get out in nature, shake a tree up,
right,
and have an upside down umbrella, and bam, you got jars of berries. But yeah, just getting back into that. And getting back into the mentality of like, bro, niggas just need to like. For me, where I became a comedian was the high school lunch table, and the high school lunch table for me was the niggas just like and nigga adjacent. You know what I mean? You had the Spanish and the white people that were down, that were at that were invited to the picnic. You know what I mean? Yeah. they were freestyling with us at the lunch table, but it's like that the essence of that. Trying to get back to that, and. For years, my friends have been trying to get me to go to concerts and all this shit. But ever since I've become a comic, it's like when you become a stage performer, I don't know, for me personally, I'm less inclined to go to a stage performance show for whatever reason, even comedy, unless it's like, bro, Chappelle came and I've seen Chappelle live, you know what I mean? But you would think now as a comic, I would want to go even more. I actually kind of want to go less. Because like for me, I'm more working towards like, these are my colleagues. I don't want to go pay to see them. And maybe that's a mental thing, like to get me, you know what I mean? Like maybe it's a mental thing I tell myself. But at the same time, it's like, bro, I ran into Adam Sandler at a comedy club. This nigga told me he loved me.
Yep.
And to not stop. And you know what I mean? So like with moments like that, I'm like, yo, I'm a comic, they're a comic. We're going to be in a club, potentially.
Exactly.
So it's like, I look for those moments now. And those moments are something you can't plan. Yeah. So... You know, sometimes I get compelled to go, but for the last couple of years, I've been really in a zone because I'm getting to a place. I mean, you're a part of this, bro. You see, like, we're moving and there's a lot of momentum now. Yeah. Or at least a lot more momentum and targeted momentum, you know what I mean? So I don't want to break that. But as I'm laying that foundation and getting back out and just living more of that regular life and connecting and shit, I've flipped the table on these niggas. I'll be like, okay, you have to enter my world now. Because some of these guys are like anime guys. Some of them are not. Yeah. All of them are artists in some way, like musicians, a graph writer and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So, but they don't watch wrestling. I'm the only one that grew up on wrestling. But these niggas watch anime. And I'm like, yo, fuck that. I'm bringing you into my world. AEW, which is like the top, for me, the top wrestling organization running in the world right now, tied with like New Japan. WWE, if formerly known as WWF, which is what most people know it as, that's like the most known wrestling company. But that's really like, bro, people say they're wrestling fans, but then what they really mean is that I watched WWE and I grew up on WWE. I know Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, all that shit.
It's like someone saying I like MMA, but they only watch
UFC.
Yeah,
bro. But like a wrestling fan knows WWE, knows AEW, knows New Japan, watch some TNA, watch Ring of Honor. Gotcha. Like, you know all the guys. You like there's the indie circuit and the professional circuit. And for the last umpteenth years, WWE has run the professional circuit until AEW came around. And they're making a real push. Like, they're going international. They're doing the arena shows. They got the money behind it. Like, the guy who runs it, his dad's a billionaire. Like, it's like an Indian family. They come from money. And so his dad, who's a billionaire, just gave him a bunch of money. And he's like, yo, you're a wrestling fan, my son. Go make a wrestling company. And he fucking got the best wrestlers ever. They formed a company called All Elite Wrestling. I talked about them a few months ago in October-ish when they did their first Canadian show. And I went off there. This weekend is even more monumental, bro, because it's AEW's pay-per-view in Toronto is cross promotion with the Japanese guys, New Japan Pro Wrestling, which is like the top, which is a legendary organization. First of all, they were there before like WWE was the thing. You know what I mean? Like they're OG, and all the top wrestlers came up in Japan. Like all the North American guys at some point went over to Japan.
Even the WWE guys?
Even the WWE guys. Well, older guys. Now, WWE has a whole system.
They have their own pipeline.
They have a farm system, correct. And literally a wholesale university in Florida.
Really?
Like they have a partnership with the university. They have a whole facility there. They have like a TV tape show there. Okay. So they have a small arena there. It's like not even an arena. It's like a performance center. And all the retired wrestlers, they go and train the new up and coming. So they literally have a pipeline.
Okay.
And you get trained WWE style.
Yeah, gotcha.
Which is like you got limited 6 moves. You know what I mean? It's like the storytelling is very specific. They teach you mic skills a very specific way. WWE is very corporate, like the Disney of wrestling. Yeah. So a lot less creative freedom for the actual wrestlers. Whereas AEW went the completely other way. And they're like, this is for the wrestling fans, but for this is a wrestling company run by wrestlers, for wrestlers and wrestling fans. Yeah. Like the wrestling fans that love the business of this shit. Like when I say my niggas love anime, and I'm like, how do you not love wrestling? Like I mean that, bro, because wrestling is just anime, bro. It's especially the Japanese shit. The Japanese niggas got the anime hair. They're like these niggas got Goku hair, and they're doing air guitar and all this cheesy shit. But it's like the in-ring storytelling. And I like, see, now you came over today, and I'm going off on all this AEW shit. Like you got caught up in this wrestling whirlwind. I showed you a couple matches. Like for someone who doesn't watch wrestling, what is your reaction to like the matches that I showed you and like the universe and all that shit?
Okay, so the first thing I noticed between like WWE wrestling and real wrestling, right? Because now I'm starting to see like, because I grew up watching like MMA, so I'll be like, oh well, you know, wrestling's fake, right? And then so in the past couple of weeks, you've shown me some WWE matches, and you see like how intense they go, but maybe the hits aren't as like real hits.
It's
you know
soft.
what I mean? Like sometimes you'll see the angle they didn't even hit, or like the arm goes like way past the knee, goes like way past their head, nothing hits. But you're showing me AEW today, and these men are like actually like just wailing on each other, like
bro.
Knees to the back of the head, like literal elbows, like
on back, bro.
You know, on the back of the
like yo, straight up knees to the back of the neck.
Yeah.
Yo, the Snapdragon suplex, bro.
Why?
Look up at like the Snapdragon suplex. You essentially like full Nelson someone. You get their like you put your arms between their arms and behind, and then you lock your hands behind their neck.
Yeah.
And then you literally flip backwards, bro. But the WWE version is they would do a belly to back suplex. So instead of your arms around the person's neck.
Oh, it's around
it's around their waist. A belly to back suplex. So their belly would be to the person's back. You essentially hug them from the rear. And that's where you get a lot of people being like, wrestling is gay and da-da-da-da. Because like, you know, a lot of the holes and shit, you know, whatever. But, I mean, like, it's a nigga's Pride Month. Grow the fuck up.
Right. Watch some wrestling.
Yeah, like, yo. But what's it called? That totally derailed where the fuck I thought I was going with this conversation. I'm like, what? So the Snapdragon suplex, which they don't allow you to do in WWE because of the concussions and all this head trauma, but they do that to really protect, like they're protecting themselves as a company. Because the wrestlers still want to do those moves.
Yeah, and the wrestlers are down to do
they're
it.
trained to do those moves safely. You know, we're not supposed to do those moves. We'll break each other's necks. Because we don't know how to protect each other and stuff like that. But wrestlers, especially like when you're past your prime, you're not doing those moves. Like there's move sets for styles, for body types, for age. You adjust. If
You're not-
if you
you're not
want
gonna see the
longevity,
Big Show doing a lucha libre.
exactly. Oh, yo, the Lucha Libre niggas are fuck. Shout outs to Mexico, bro.
Can you imagine?
But so like, bruh, I have the tickets for the Wednesday show. Me and my homie are already going to that. But my niggas aren't into wrestling. You're busy. But I just had the idea. I'm like, yo, niggas need to frolic, bro.
Yeah.
So I called the gang up. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing Thursday? And there ain't no way you're telling me you're doing shit. It's Thursday. We're going to wrestling. I'm going to bring you into my anime universe. And you're going to see like, yo, and I'm so lit because like for the Thursday show, I got ringside seats. Like, so we're going to be mobbed. Yo, it's going to be niggas mobbed out ringside wrestling. It's just me nerding out and them saying I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
But like when you're you've been to live sports.
Yeah.
You've been to live MMA.
Yeah, I have.
Same atmosphere, bro.
Yeah.
It's the same atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's like beer and drug infused audience just fucking having a blast watching people hit each other, whether it's real or fake, whether it's predetermined or not.
Yeah.
Like it's a carnival for adults and it's the best, bro. Like I have more fun at live wrestling than any other live to watch, as opposed to like I have more fun watching that than I do watching comedy. Because like comedy, I'm in a different mindset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And performing comedy, obviously I'm not a wrestler, so performing comedy will trump everything. But like I would rather go to a live wrestling show than to a Raptors game. And I've been to many Raptors games and had a blast. Raptors games are the shit, bro. Live basketball is the shit. Live sports is awesome.
Yeah.
But like I would love to see European football. I would love to go to Europe to watch a footy match.
That's a different level, brother.
And that's what I'm saying.
You know, I want to go to India and watch cricket. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, but this is what I want to do these things. Because like for North America, that's our cricket. Like wrestling is, especially in Canada, the pedigree and
we wish we had their cricket. Like our numbers pale in comparison. Like it's.
But I mean, in terms of history, Canada has the legendary history in wrestling. India has with cricket.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like it's ingrained. Whether it's as big as cricket is in India, obviously not.
Yeah.
But when I was growing up, it was like up until the Attitude Era. Like even the girls growing up, bro. When I remember, even the girls watch wrestling. It wasn't seen as some boy thing or some fucking like.
Yeah. It was just a wrestling
It
thing.
was, bro. It was like because TV was TV and people watched enthralling storytelling. But this is storytelling mixed with action. And WWE has gotten away more so from the action and they're really more so on the character and storytelling. Whereas AEW preserves the artistry of wrestling, gives you amazing matches. And on TV too. WWE is notorious for giving you like the best matches and better payoffs and shit on their pay-per-view events, which is like once a month.
Yeah, gotcha.
AEW will give you like a heavyweight title change on a Tuesday night, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now WWE is starting to copy that.
Interesting.
But that's the business.
Does that
bro.
make
it's
you
very
have to like keep up with the storylines on a weekly basis? And
it's TV novella. Like it's telenovela. It's straight up. It is soap opera. But the beautiful thing is it doesn't take long.
Yeah.
The way the wrestling industry is built is every episode they're recapping like the last 3 to 4 episodes. Because shows are usually 2 hours. Some of them are 1 hour. But like in the 2-hour shows, they're telling like it's storyline progressions.
Yeah.
And then the pay-per-views, like the big events that happen every few months.
Like
AEW, like Forbidden Door in Toronto tonight on the Sunday. Like New Japan versus AEW. It's like a crossover event. The Japanese guys, like, bro, the Japanese guys are in Toronto.
I don't even really watch wrestling. You know what I mean? Like, just and
the Japanese guys are in Toronto, bro.
I know,
like,
and that's what gets me the most hype because I'm fully aware of what they might be possibly capable of.
Like tonight is straight up gonna be matches like, and it's dream matches too. Whereas WWE only stays within their company. They build their people up and they only talk to their people, only build their people up. AEW is a lot more open. They bring in people from other organizations all the time on TV.
Yeah.
Like they'll bring New Japan guys in throughout the year. But they also bring in like Impact and indie wrestler guys and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they still hold, and that's like traditional wrestling type stuff. They're open to.
When they tour, do they bring like local guys up as well? Like
yes,
if they
and
go
every
to like Winnipeg,
TV
they bring
taping,
like a Winnipeg guy.
So
up.
this is another thing. They used to have this used to be a bigger. It used to happen more frequently in wrestling.
Okay.
Is these job matches? When I say job, like a jobber, and a jobber is someone who's literally like going into the ring to get squashed, so that another wrestler, who's usually a main roster wrestler,
Yeah.
looks good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the jobber is usually a local talent.
Gotcha.
But for someone like a regular person watching, being like, "Oh, this person sucks" or whatever. If you're a wrestler,
yeah.
that's usually a jobber. That's the first time they ever get a TV match.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And a lot of times
That's
that is you auditioning.
Yeah.
Like if they're coming to town and they pick you, there's a lot of wrestlers in town.
Yeah.
So like you must have some sort of buzz locally and shit. And they're always tapped in.
Yeah.
And AEW does that every week.
Yeah.
They usually they always have these dark matches and shit. WWE is starting to do that a little bit more. But they still kind of, like I said, bro, they're very like corporate and shit. They only bring up their guys.
Yeah.
And because they have their own developmental system, they don't really need to bring up people outside of their company. Because that brings them no money future wise.
Yeah.
And they're all about, like, it's Vince McMahon. Even if you don't know wrestling, you've heard the name Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
That guy's all about like money and all this shit. So yeah, Forbidden Doors tonight, AEW Dynamite, which is a live Wednesday show I'm going to. They're also taping the Friday night show on Wednesday, so I'll be seeing that. And then me and my niggas are mobbing out on Thursday for the TV taping, which will air Saturday. So if you're a wrestling fan, if you watch AEW, the Saturday show specifically, because I got ringside, like I'm in the ringside area for that show, but I'm gonna try and fucking get on TV in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. No, we're just.
So we cutting on time, 30 minutes. Is that the
I don't know.
See,
what
this nigga said, "Oh, we might. I'll let you know over at this point by 30 minutes." I'm like, no, bro. This is gonna be. I'm talking about wrestling. We're gonna hit at least the 30-minute mark comfortably.
Yeah.
I'll stop talking about wrestling now. But I'm going, and you better believe next week, like whatever voice I have left. I also realize like. I probably have shows on the weekend, so I got to preserve my voice somehow. I'm going to be drinking a lot of tea and honey next week. But, bro, I'm lit. And Dante, you got to figure out if you can make it Thursday or not, because it's going to be niggas mobbing out to wrestling. And that sounds fun as fuck to me. Let's get back into some regular shit for the podcast. Last week we missed it, but we'll get back into it this week. It is the weekly poll results. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to the podcast, welcome. If you are recurring, love you. Welcome back, beautiful people. Every week, every Monday to be specific, on my Instagram social media feed, aka Black Zeus, it scrolls at the bottom of the screen every couple minutes. Every Monday on my Instagram feed, I post an interactive poll question. I leave it up for 24 hours. And then on Wednesday, Dante and I discuss the results here in the studio. This week's poll question was, do you actively mind your health? Question mark. Example, healthy eating, exercise, fruits, veggies, meditate, reflect, etc. The options were active, neutral, or inactive. I actually feel like there was one more option I could have added in.
Okay.
And I forget what that was now. Damn. But there was like, it was a really good like,
as needed or whatever.
You like active, inactive. There's like an in between, you know what I mean? Where you're active, but you're not, and you're inactive.
It's
but
like
you're
only
not.
when you need it.
Yeah.
Something like
that. I could have added in. I had the perfect fucking thing for it, but I didn't put it up and I didn't write it down, so I don't remember. But before we get to the results, how do you?
I actively mind my health.
You're active in this shit?
Yeah.
What are some things that you do? Like, what are the important things to you that you mind and take care of, like, actively?
I go for walks every single day.
All right, so that's mental health, physical health, both covered in one.
Yeah.
What about diet and exercise? Like, well, exercise, okay.
Yeah.
What, you eat like shit?
Well, the amount of things that I can eat is very limited, right?
Oh yeah, you got all the fucking crazy allergies.
So like I'm not eating as like healthy as I guess could be.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm also mindful of like I'm not just junk food 24/7, da 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 da. You know what I mean? So it's like I kind of just go up and down and
okay, fair
try
enough.
to find a balance. But actively, like I make sure to walk and get outside and move my body.
Fair
at
enough.
least.
Okay, fair enough. But you would say active.
That's
and you
every
do
single day. Like
yeah, every single day.
Every
okay.
single day.
What about like meditation or like reflection time? Do you ever make time to just sit alone?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that's a daily thing, weekly thing?
It was a daily thing for a while. I've taken a bit of a break from it, but yeah, it was like a daily thing.
I used to too, bro. I need to get back to that.
But even like even when I'm walking,
yeah,
I meditate during that time. I reflect during that time.
A statement that really helped change my viewpoint on stuff like yoga. Someone like actually broke down the true definition of yoga is like living is yoga. So it's not necessarily just the stretching of it. That's like yoga stretches.
Yeah.
But like this conversation is yoga. Like you praying is yoga. You being silent is yoga. You going for that walk is yoga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anything that helps you attain and maintain or achieve that higher state or that higher consciousness, whatever, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like someone broke it down for me like that. I'm like, damn, bro. Because that's way less intimidating.
Yeah.
And actually like kind of way more freeing and liberating. Because like to realize is like, bro, anything, because then you really start to think of the things that you do on a day-to-day, moment-to-moment basis that benefit your mental health and your life in general, anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Forward momentum. And to think of it all as like, you know, yoga, it's like, bro, like then I'm a practicing yogi, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like just by actively minding my health.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I would obviously say active too. Like all the things that I put as examples, I regularly, which I never thought I would give a fuck about at any point in my life when I was younger. I never thought I'd be into watching my like food and shit. I'm a skinny Ethiopian nigga. I eat whatever and I'm fine.
Yeah.
So I've never had to, but like when I started to, and then I realized all the mental and physical and spiritual differences that it actually makes in your life. You know what I mean? Is like actually tuning yourself. Like my body's a machine, so let's tune this properly.
Yep.
The reflection time is something I'm trying to get back into more so. But I've been doing other stuff. Melanin bot, roll out. But let's see what the people reacted with. Let's see the results, and let's go. 62% said active, 28% said neutral, 9% said inactive. A few people DM me and they're like, bro, you made me feel like shit, whatever. But that's not the point of it.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, like, bro, and they weren't like serious about it. It's not like a fucking
DM like
yeah, but it's like my friends and shit. Like we're just joking around. And whatever. And some of them gave me like alternate. I always love hearing people's like little chirps about, because sometimes I don't give enough options, but I do that purposely. Like, why did you like? I don't align fully with this, but like I had to pick that. I'm like, that's what do you align more with type deal. I'm happy to see like actively, especially these days.
Yeah.
It's the knowledge is so out there that it's kind of hard to not mind your health. Like, you kind of be a weirdo at this point to like you actually have to purposely, actively not mind your health, because there's just so many different ways in which you can mind your health. Even the terminology now, like I'm hearing my niggas say words like trauma and shit, like, you know what I mean? Like,
emotional intelligence.
Yeah, like emotional intelligence has really hit niggas. Which,
I know.
Like, and when it hits niggas for real, bro, wow, that's when we come up for real, bro.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because when we release ourselves with the grasp of the white man.
I know, it's so true.
Like, it's hilarious, bro. But yeah, shout out to all the people that are active on their health and all that shit, and salutes to you on your journey. That sounded corny as fuck. But you know, salutes, you know what I'm saying? We got another weekly segment that we neglected last week. Dante is in the studio, and my guy Dante likes to bring us a little bit of chaos. It's a segment called Dante's Inferno. Weekly, this guy will bring in like an article, a video, a meme, or whatever that's funny, that's serious, that's sad, that's poetic, that's righteous, nigga. Dio tribe. Just something in the popular zeitgeist that we could talk about, reflect on, make fun of, whatever the fuck. And this week, my guy, what do you got for us?
This week is so. What's up?
I'm sorry. You just this week you turn into Reverend like Dante real quick.
It's the Inferno, you know.
No, fair enough.
I got
Fair enough.
a little bit. It's about to get hot. It's already hot in here.
It's all right, brother. Studios. Whew.
But for some reason,
Yeah.
the water's been in the news like extra lately.
Mm-hmm.
People have been just been
It's
drawn to it or something.
it's James Cameron's Avatar 3 up in this bitch lately.
Yeah, people really want to find out the way the water is. You know what I'm talking about? So, this dude, right? Because one of the things that I really don't like is people, especially for TikTok clout,
Yeah.
doing something dumb, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, bro.
Like
you're entering MySpace now. Let's go.
No. So
Yeah.
this,
Get it out. Get it out.
like this.
Sick of nigga.
So this guy here, someone dared him, right? He was on vacation.
I gotta turn the volume up.
Turn the volume up.
All right.
This kid was on vacation.
Yeah.
You know, he was on a cruise ship. I believe he was in the Bahamas or something. And someone dared him to jump off the cruise ship in the middle of the night.
Wait. Pause it for a second. Viral video. Move the mouse. Viral video prompts speculation that Cameron Robbins was killed by a shark. This kid died.
Jump up! Oh my God.
Oh.
Bye-bye.
Yo, they're saying bye-bye, bro. Bro.
That was the last time they saw him. He just drifted off into the night.
He just drifted off.
Yeah, because the boat's not gonna stop, bro. Like,
Obviously, the
what do you
boat's
think is
moving.
gonna happen?
The boat's moving, and it can't stop on a dime,
Nope.
nigga. But wait, at that point, don't they get somebody and they and then
Dog, it's nighttime. Where are you gonna go? They lost him. He jumped off on a dare.
how old is this kid?
Like 20, not even.
This. I don't subscribe to Darwin's theory of natural selection. I think there's a modified version of that. I think that's a very Eurocentric viewpoint. Pause this for a second. But this is the closest we get to the fucking natural level, like the process of elimination, bro.
Well,
this is life taking care of itself.
Well, he literally decided to jump in the water, bro. Like this is the problem.
He didn't think it through. You know what I mean? Like I would imagine he didn't. I would imagine in his head the scenario didn't run through of there's sharks in this water and it's nighttime and they can see and I can't.
Yeah.
He thought this is gonna go viral.
But
he was right.
He did. It was right. He is TikTok.
But
famous.
it was his final symphony, dog.
Yeah.
It was his like you don't even get to live out that 15 minutes of fame. I want to roast this nigga more so, but the ultimate roast is this nigga's dead. So like
I know.
like my condolences to your family, but your son's a dummy. So
he jumped off.
And also, here's a question.
Okay.
Here's a question. You're his homies.
Mm-hmm.
You tell him to jump off. He jumps off. He dies. Do you feel bad?
I would never tell someone to jump off a boat.
That's not what I'm asking you.
Yes.
Do you feel bad?
I would feel bad, but that's
You would?
I would, but this is why I would never tell him to jump off in the first place.
Okay, so you're around. You don't tell him to, but somebody else does, and he does. Do you feel bad? You're around.
But what could I have done? If I
pulled
would've
him
stopped.
off, so why even feel bad in the first place? That's what I'm saying.
If I told him to jump off and he jumps off, I feel bad.
It's to me, it's the same as standing next to him.
Yeah, but
Somebody else tells him to jump off.
Okay, but
you have same plausible deniability.
if he's my friend, look, this is.
Would you grab him? Like, wouldn't you grab him or something? You know what I mean? Wouldn't you intervene?
I would intervene. Yes,
that's what I'm
but
saying.
I can only intervene so much because if this dude wants that much clout, like he might as well swim with the sharks. Like,
and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
This is the natural selection shit. So why feel bad?
Okay.
Because you have the personal connection. You're adding that, like, because the theoretical is if you're his homie.
Personal, so I would have tried to stop it.
Either way, you're feeling bad because your homie just died.
Yeah, like that sucks to see. Like if your boy jumps.
Oh, that's wild to see. Whether you tell him to do it or not, your boy just jumped off of.
Yeah.
For like 0.5 seconds is really dope. And like if he makes it back on the boat, great story.
If
that you know who's telling that story? That shark in a club right now. That shark is in a shark comedy club right now. It's like, yo, I just ate a nigga on my way to the fucking like I just ate a nigga on my way. These niggas, bro. Every time these boats come around, every one of these Ever since TikTok came
Yo,
around,
I know.
it's like, holy shit. When he was seen swimming in the opposite direction of the life ring that was thrown at him.
So people are saying that the reason he was swimming away from the life ring is because there was a shark that way. So he's like, the life ring is that way, but the shark is also that way.
Would the life ring have pulled him up?
How else is he gonna get? They threw it out there. Look.
No, I saw, but I'm like, that's tied to a rope, right?
So
the theory is they would have tried to pull him up.
But they're saying that there was a shark there. But yeah, the boat literally just drifts off and he's gone.
Oh, there's a shark somewhere around there.
In the water. I mean, yeah.
Like the second that nigga touched the water, a shark smelt it.
Yeah, probably.
Like, and he's not even bleeding, but a shark smelt it. This shark's like, there's white boy meat in this bitch.
Yeah.
Condolences.
It's just, TikTok be TikToking,
Yo, bro, if you like, again, man, if you're this heavy into clout, you reap what you sow. So, like, if everybody's jumping off a bridge, do you do it? Clearly, this is a scenario where everybody told one person to jump off a bridge.
Yes.
And they did it. Be stronger mentally than that. Maybe realize you're in the middle of an ocean, and even though you're a white male, and me as a black, even just like having to go to that place where you're like, you're a white cisgender male. I'm not even like, no, but like this white dude, probably mentally, he's like, I own the world. Well, this young white kid, he's on a rich cruise.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. If you're on a
he's
cruise,
like, bro, nothing bad will happen to me.
Exactly.
This kid in his mind was making it back up. He was gonna drink with his homies the rest of the night. Now his homies are going to his funeral. And that, like, bro, don't ever be so cocky and arrogant in life to think that
you could take the ocean on.
There's always a shark in the water, nigga. There's always a shark in the water.
Speaking of sharks in the water.
Yeah, we gotta, if we're gonna talk about one, I know where we're going next, because if we're talking about water stories, we got the ultimate water dummies. Doom Titanic sub CEO, scroll up for me, didn't want anyone telling him what he couldn't do. The guy who had the Costco submarine. Can you hit dismiss for me, nigga? I don't know how you scroll websites like this. That is monsterish what you just did there. To continue scrolling while you had that pop-up just there, that hurt my soul. I was like, how long are you gonna? Yeah, I'm still talking about it, eh? Like, for real. This is a whole segment that I'm derailing to talk to you about. Is this how you normally surf the web?
I didn't even notice it. It's really small on my screen, so I didn't.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Mr. Producer, man, I get the big screen. You got the smaller screen. Don't act like you didn't see that fucking pop up.
I did after
you saw that pop up, nigga. This guy.
After you mentioned it, but anyway, regardless.
This is when we find out Zeus has OCD. But yeah, bro, if you are living under a rock, then you obviously didn't hear about the biggest news distraction story going this past week.
Yeah, very big distraction.
Very big distraction story, because we got stuff with the president's son. We got, like, bro, Biden's son, Hunter Biden, got fucking charged. Yeah. And they didn't even get him on the crazy.
Story's doing so big.
Bro, do you understand what's going on right now, bro? Do you understand what's going on right now, bro? Yeah. Right now in Canada, the C10, like the C10 or C11?
C11.
Yeah, Bill C11's finally, you saw that Meta put out a statement saying in Canada, we're now blocking all the news that's not Canadian on all our platforms and shit.
No, I didn't see
So it's coming into, China.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to even say that shit, but like when you start censoring the internet, they're saying it's for the betterment of Canadian content. It's so we can better, I think it's so they could better regulate news stories, because clearly, like during the pandemic, the narrative got away from them a lot.
Yeah.
And they kept saying, trust the science. And the science that they kept telling everybody to trust was their own.
Yep.
But they kept only bringing out 3 scientists. And meanwhile, everybody already knows that science is debate and there's people on both sides. But during the whole pandemic, we were only ever presented with people from one side. We kept being told to trust those people. And now, because other news sources were getting in, the government's like, nah, we need you to trust the science. And now you can't even see other science. Fuck that shit. So I expect VPN sales to go up in Canada.
Before they're illegal. I remember back in the day when VPNs were first coming up, you didn't have to pay,
No, bro,
You
it
it was just a Chrome extension, so you just got hop on a VPN. Now you
But
gotta pay.
but it was bootleg, bro. Like they kept the speed wasn't there.
Yeah, but I mean now you have to pay.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
But everything is subscription based.
I know.
Because this is the end of the world, and like people really have to extract every last dollar now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean. But yeah, sorry, I completely fucking derailed this segment of yours.
You definitely. I'm not even gonna say it.
Say, oh, I imploded. My submergible. Submergible? Is that what it is?
Submarine?
Yeah, but I know it's a submarine, but it's a submergible, no?
Submersible?
Submersible. That's the word I'm looking for. Submergible. I'm trying to sound smart. But yeah, tell me in your words, how did you experience this whole?
Well, okay.
That's my favorite.
This is
That's my favorite. That
wild.
Logic, bro. I went on a deep dive on that Logitech controller. I'm
Yo,
pretty sure I
first of
had that
all,
controller.
okay, this is what I'll say. I am not going in a submersible with a player 2 controller. No way, Jose, bro.
Straight
A
up.
player 2 controller. Not even
That's
a player
not even
1.
like, bruh. That's a
Come
PC.
on, that's
Like,
bro, no, this is the one you don't even plug in for your cousin. Like, this one stays with
I was
no
so
batteries in
impressed,
it.
bro. Look at this image. Like, scroll up just a little bit. Like, bro, it looks like he's in a
There's no way this is the news, dude. This can't be real.
like, I don't even think that's a real submarine, bro. Like, I don't want to be conspiracy guy, but like they went fucking 11 Empire State Buildings deep into the water in that. You know what I mean? Like,
Is that how far they went, or that's how far they were
well, that's how far they ended.
Oh, 11.
They ended on the floor. No, like no one's even mad either because it's
Oh.
billionaires. So it's like they just paid for like the most expensive tomb on Earth. But like the word is, I didn't even because I'm telling you, I'm so out. I'm not buying into any distractions anymore. I don't give a fuck. Let them keep throwing this shit in my face. I don't give a fuck. So like the most of it I get is when you bring this stuff.
No,
like I
same.
obviously know
Yeah,
about it because
yeah,
I'm on
yeah.
social media and stuff, and I hear everybody talking about it.
Yep.
But I don't know the ins and outs of any of this shit anymore,
Yeah.
which is a blessing to me. It's like
Yeah.
I'm grateful, which means I'm focusing on the right things, man.
Mhm.
But
Look at this guy.
like I
I'm
did go
serious,
on a
bro.
rabbit hole when I saw that controller, and I heard that they went to the. I'm like, I had to look into this control, bruh. Like, none of this adds up, man.
I know.
How do you even legally get away with this? Like, I don't know. And you hear all the conspiracies, right? Like the people on board is like Rothschild's people and all this stuff.
Well, I
like,
heard that
like bankers and
one of the things that is because it was literally called Ocean Gate, right? Like
what the
wasn't that-
company?
no, that was the name of like the ship. It was called like Ocean Gate. No.
That's really good if it is.
Like on look, Ocean Gate.
Bruh.
Like,
Like
this is
water.
what I
That's
mean.
literally Watergate.
This is what I'm saying. Like,
So is this a hoax? I mean, it's a really good distraction, bro. I mean, it's a really good distraction. My thing is, like, I for sure feel like they kept the news thing going longer than it needed
yeah,
to.
this doesn't need
Because
to be as big
scientifically,
as it
what I
is.
keep reading now about it is that, like, the military knew, like, the thing was crumpled up
Yeah.
on the Sunday or whatever. Like, the day that they
Oh, really?
figured out. Well, think about the logistics of it.
Yeah.
Like that you go low enough that they already knew that. Now
Yeah.
they're telling people, and somehow they had all the pieces. As soon as they ran out of air, I looked into this. As soon as it ran out of air, all of a sudden, oh, we found pieces and wreckages and this and that. We didn't find the people. There's a documentary. There's already a documentary. There's already a documentary.
Yeah.
I promise you, I'm not exaggerating, bro. During the pandemic, I promise you, about 3 to 4 months in, I will not forget this. I walk into Walmart to get some shit. I took a picture and I sent it to somebody. I forget. There was a book on the shelf talking about like COVID-19, a book, a whole like 300-400 page book within 3 months.
Mhm.
I'm like, come on, bro.
About the pandemic.
About the COVID-19, bro. It
Yeah.
said the book said COVID-19 on it.
Yeah.
So they had this thing written pressed, packaged, and
I
on the
see.
shelves
Ready.
within 3
Yeah,
months of
yeah,
this shit
yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
written, edited.
So like when I see shit like this,
printed,
and there's already
distributed.
a fucking made-for-TV documentary and shit, BBC will be airing a 4-hour
Yeah.
special presentation.
It just so
what,
happened that they were
nigga?
documenting their whole process.
Like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, there's a lot of real shit happen, like real shit. I like that. That's where social media is going a lot more now. I see a lot more of those. Maybe that speaks to my algorithm, but it's like a lot of those. While you're watching this Ocean Gate video, here's all the real news that you missed, and then people just describing like the Hunter Biden being charged and all this shit, like and all that, bro. Like this UFO stuff, bro. Do people not realize like that they just keep moving the goalpost?
Yeah.
Like when do people really clue in, and not even to get conspiratorial about it? Like when do you clue in that you haven't stopped thinking about something major because they keep putting something major? Like there's always something major conveniently.
Yeah.
I'm like. Well, when you realize that the world just constantly moves 24/7, there will always be something major. The news's job is to make it seem bigger than it is.
100%.
Or to push certain stories and not others.
Yes.
The news is only the news to you because that's what they chose to put in your face. And unless you do any work of your own and look into shit, like before it used to be conspiracy, but now I think more and more people are waking up to the idea that like centralized news is dumb.
Yeah.
Like is untrustworthy, doesn't even make sense.
Well, because they've shown to be untrustworthy, which
They've
is
not even shown, bro. At this point, they're just spitting on the graves of life, like of even journalistic integrity. Forget about life.
yeah.
They're spitting on the grave of journalistic integrity. Like growing up, like look Watergate, bro. Like just shit like this, bro.
Yeah.
People used to actively speak out against the government and get given awards and medals and shit. It is literally against the law now to speak out against, like, bro. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, keep going. Because I want to, now that you brought this up, I want to add something to the info.
All right, you bring it up, and then we'll wrap up. We'll wrap up the show after this. But like, that's literally where we're at now. So. And the thing is like I used to look at stuff like, oh, the book 1984 or like Brave New World and all this shit. Be like, look, this is literally what life has become. But now I'm really taking in the fact that, nigga, these are like award-winning, multi-million copy selling, like zeitgeist books.
Yeah.
It's not that, oh shit, it predicted that this is where this is going. It's literally, it put the idea in the
Into
populace,
the zeitgeist,
correct, and now people are living it out, consciously and subconsciously. It's like they put the idea out there, and it's like just like the Jetsons and all that shit. People would have never been like, "Where's our flying cars?" if they didn't have the Jetsons growing up that showed them that the year is 2020 and you got flying cars. It's like, well,
exactly.
nigga, what are you talking about?
Exactly. If you weren't expecting flying cars, no one would be.
No
like, hey,
one would
man,
be saying this shit.
Yeah.
So if 1984 didn't come out, what would you be comparing the current like landscape of the world to?
Yeah.
Would you be? You wouldn't be able to say, "Look, this is 1984 playing out."
Exactly. So we're talking about, not being able to speak up against the government.
Yeah. Yeah.
So watch
I gotta
this.
turn the volume up. This is
you gotta turn
this is recent.
This is recent.
This is our Canadian Prime Minister, the guy who did blackface, the Voldemort, he who shall not be named.
So listen to this.
All right.
Out to globalism. Okay. You are not working for Canada. You are working for your globalist partners. I wonder how much they're paying you to betray Canada.
Not even
That's
looking
really
at her.
What do
good.
we do with traitors in Canada, Mr. Trudeau? We
You
used
put
to
them in
hang
jail.
them.
Look at the
Hang
women.
them for
Yeah, look at those
treason.
young women in the back,
You're
loving it.
doing that very same thing to us now. We know what you're doing.
Global government. That's something that we've seen also floating around
Conspiracy.
in certain corners of the internet.
Yeah.
Assume it refers to some of the commitments and some of the leadership that Canada has shown internationally around migration issues. As I said earlier, Canada is one of those countries that has done a better job on immigration than just about any other country. And Canadians, for the most part, are extremely positively inclined towards immigration because we know it has been a tremendous benefit economically to our country.
For who?
Years,
All the Africans that I came over here with drive taxis, you
So,
cunt. It's not like we get to fucking keep the doctorates that we came over here with, you fucking douche canoe. Why don't you go put more blackface on, you fucking bum? And you know what? This isn't me riding for the fucking liberals either. Fuck the other side. Fuck all these niggas, bro. They all got money in their pockets, in one pocket, and somebody's hand in the other pocket. And then somebody else's hand in their zipper. Like, come on, bro. Fuck politics. Fuck the media. Fuck all this horse shit. We all are starting to see what is really going on. But here's also the fun part is fuck me too, nigga. I'm just a nigga sitting here on a podcast being like, fuck all this shit. I'm not out here marching or anything like that. I'm not saying march or don't march. Just figure it out. Just fix yourself. I keep saying this. That's all you can really do. Fix yourself. And the more you do that, the more you will see how to better fit in to the world around you and how the world around you fits into you. Because it's like the world is what you put on it. Mm-hmm. If the world is shit, then that's like your viewpoint of the world. But the world, even though everything is burning around me, why do I feel like I'm in heaven, bro? I choose to be in heaven. Mm-hmm. Even though everything around me is burning internally, I'm in heaven. And so therefore I'm in heaven. And yeah, I think on that note, we'll get the fuck out of here. Dante, where can the people find you online?
You can find me on Instagram at Person One Productions. That's PERSON, the number 1, PROD on Instagram.
Blessed. And I am AKA Black Zeus on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit the notification bell. New episodes every Wednesday. Clips throughout the week. A lot of wrestling coming up in my life that I'm going to talk about next week, bitch. Get ready. AEW, AEW, AEW. Love y'all. Be blessed. Peace, peace.